Hello, this is Mike with Trade Winds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Flagstaff Microlite 25 SRK travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things so you can get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to think about when you're parking this. On your campsite, leave plenty of room for that awning. On your off campsite, besides leaving room for your slides, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power cord, you can plug in the very rear on your off campsite, and your docking station about the middle, just ahead of your tires or ahead of where your slide is. So park accordingly so you can utilize these facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive, we're going to unhook our hitch and level our unit with this power tongue jack. Night docking light, should you arrive at night, it literally says right on here, up or down. Up will bring the front up, down will bring it down. Now should you lose power, under this rubber stopper here, the smaller of the two hand cranks that you have will get down on that and get this up and down without power. Speaking of power, check your battery post every now and then, make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. Once we have our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. Get your unit nice and level, come up here to the front. You've got power stabilizing jacks. Now before I hit extend to run these down, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris, keep them from sinking into hot blacktop. Put them down and run these down just until it's taut and it feels like it's going to start lifting the unit. Remember, our unit's already level. We don't want to change that, we just want to support it. Same thing here in the rear. Hit extend, run these down, again just until they're taut. Yeah, I would grab a handful of those stabilizing jacks, not just one for each one. You can put a couple of them together, they're stackable. Put them down, and again, once it feels like it's going to lift, we got our unit level and stable. Next thing we're going to do is hook up our power and water. Again, big long 30 amp cord. Plugs in here on the side, kind of like a pistol grip here. Put that in at about 11 o'clock, turn it to noon, and then put this black washer on. Line that up good. At the end of this, if you're at a campsite where it's only 50, we do have a dog bone that's going to bring you from 30 to 50. And also, if we need to plug into a 110, there'll be a 30 to 15 amp little adapter there to throw on the end of there. All right, we got our power hooked up. Let's hook up our water. Little docking station here. At campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. When it comes to your convenience pack, it's going to reduce the water pressure about 45 psi, 40 to 50 psi. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. Don't turn on your hose yet. Let's find your hot water heater. Uses it all the way in the rear here. And now we're doing at this point, make sure your drain plug's back in there. There's an anon rod on the end of that. That can wear down to almost nothing and still be working. Plumber's tape over putty, I recommend. 1 1/8, get that in there nice and snug. Once that's in there tight, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After the hose has been on there for a few minutes, go inside, open your slides if you need to. I need you to get in there and open up your water lines. Your sinks, your showers, open them up, get a nice steady flow of water going through them, get all the air out of the lines, shut them off, and you're all set to camp. Now let's say we're going to go dry camping. In that case, we're going to fill up our freshwater tank right here. Water pressure regulator not needed. You can just gravity fill this with a hose. 2 ways to tell it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or 2 on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. There's also a freshwater button. Keep an eye on this when you're filling it up. Don't leave it unattended. Once it's full, remove that hose, put that cap on there, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump and hook the city water. That's already pressurized. All right, we're all set to camp. We got power and water. I'm gonna go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit, starting here on the off camp side. We got docking lights. This is a magnet to hold your door open. Big pass-through storage here. This is manual override for your stabilizing jacks. Water hose, lighting. In your storage here is a water filter, outdoor TV mount. In your docking station, city water, cable to satellite connections, cable, satellite. Black tank flush, we'll talk about that when leaving the campsite and dumping our black tank. And here's where you put in your antifreeze. Again, fresh water. Here's our black and gray tanks where we'll dump them. These low point drains, they are way up underneath there. You can't get to them there. Coming down our campsite, or off campsite, second gray tank is here. Storage here. Slides in, but I want to mention on your slide seals, the piece that flaps back and forth. You want to keep them nice and flexible and pliable over the years. To add to the longevity of the life of those, there is a spray that you can spray on those. Pick a bottle out of that up, keep them nice and flexible. You got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there several times a year. Check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. Mention your power cord here. Hot water heater. If it doesn't seem to be working, come out here and see if either one of these are bubbled up. If they are, simply press them back in. They are a 12 and 120 volt reset. And the other instructions are here. You pretty much turn this on indoors. Just want to make sure that your plug's in there. Prep for a backup camera. Vent for your hood range indoors. Keep this cover on your spare tire. That's going to keep that from dry rotting over the years. Coming over our campsite, again, our stabilizing jacks. Spray port hose will connect to that. A quick connect. It's up here. I'll show you that. It's kind of cool. On your awning, you can pitch adjust this by pulling down on that, and it's going to tilt your awning away. Run your rainwater down this way. I, however, am a fan of bringing awnings in rain. They're great for shade. They're great for a little sprinkle. But rain usually means high winds, and high winds are the enemy of awnings. Save yourself trouble and bring it in the rain. A couple outdoor speakers. That TV mount I showed you will snap on the back of a TV. Then you just snap the TV on here with cable and 110 down here. So you get this table that just sets on this metal piece. Same thing will happen with a griddle that's inside here. I'll show you that. You'll set that here, and down here is your quick connect LP for it. This is a flue for your furnace. Few things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. Two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of these. They do get hot. And lastly, we sell bug guards for these. Really good investment. Screen that snaps over that, keeps the mud wasp out of there. I've got your bedroom exterior door in right now. Here's the other side with your griddle that has legs that connect on the bottom of it. There's the top to the griddle. There's the spray port hose I talked about. And then here's your quick connect LP hose for that griddle. Prep for solar here. You can plug in a solar panel right here and that'll trickle charge your batteries. There's the information on the portable solar kit for these. The propane does have a cover and a regulator pointed toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty loosey to open. Green means you've got gas. Turns red, your gas is out. Lastly on this is your battery disconnect. This will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come in important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide and propane detector. So it covers everything out here. Coming up beside the unit, first thing I always point out is fire extinguisher. Make sure everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway. Step right in and go all the way up here to the left, or to our right as we come in, to our control panel. Shut these lights off and show you walk in, turn on your awning, step, interior and bedroom lights. Up here is where you see the level of your fresh black and gray tanks. That red button's the one I said to keep an eye on when that fresh water is filling up. As soon as it hits full, shut that water off. Over here shows the level of your battery. Awning lights again, all of our lights. Here's where you can connect to Bluetooth with the We RV app. which you can do almost everything on this panel from your phone. Here's where you turn on your water heater hooked to gas, water heater hooked to electric. It does make a difference. Choose correctly. Here's where you turn on the water pump to get to your fresh water. Here's where you turn on your tank heaters. That's a 12-volt pad that's on your tanks. If you're in inclement weather and you think they might freeze, that's where you turn that on at. Open up our door and talk about our awning control. On your awning, the furthest you want to run that out is until that flap falls down. You can see that bar. If I hold extend down, that will keep rolling, flip up onto itself and roll itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you're running out. Make sure that you don't run it out further than you need to. Again, next to the awning is going to be our slide controls. We'll run those out in just one moment as our awning's coming in. And go up here to your solar controller. The whole purpose of this is to keep your solar panels from overcharging your batteries. The only concern you need is to have your battery set to flooded. I'll send you a separate video from GoPower. Once it's set, it usually stays at where it's at. But in case you need to reset it, it's real simple. That's the only thing you need to worry about, is that it's on the type of battery that you need. Nothing else you need to do on this. With our awning in, I'll show you these slam locks work best when gently slammed. Let's run our slides out. Slide number 1, hitting out. That's going to be our living room. While it's rolling out, there's your smoke alarm. AC unit, we'll get to that in a moment. Did you hear that? That is the slide mechanism telling you that it's all the way out. Now we're doing our bedroom slide. Could open that door and watch it, but not necessary because you can sit here and hear it when it's all the way open. That one doesn't make the noise. All right, continuing in the unit here. On our fridge and freezer, all the controls for them are inside. Turn on and off here, normal, low, 12 volt, real simple system. Down below your fridge is your breaker box and fuses. You've got a handful of 15s, a couple of 40s, and a 20 for your fridge. So I highly recommend getting a handful of those and having them with you when you go camping. This is your 12 volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mentioned this 12 volt, that's always running off your battery, so keep that in mind. Kitchen sink, one touch lighting individually up here, self-explanatory microwave, light and fan above our cooktop. They've made these knife holders. You can put various size knives in there. This glass top makes an excellent backsplash. Push that back, turn on our panel light, turn this to high and press it in. You may have to hold it for a minute. Each one of these has a coupler. There's our lighter, there's our coupler. The coupler has to get hot in order to get that on for you. Just hold it for a second. There you go, that's how all those light. So same thing on the oven. You rock this panel light down, it becomes an oven light, but turn that to your flame, press it in, make sure your pilot light lit before you turn it to your desired temperature. There's a manual on this as well. There's your access panel to your plumbing. If you travel a lot in this, just get in there and look at your plumbing, feel around, make sure nothing's gotten wet, nothing's wiggled loose over time. Pop up power port here. Type C's, USBs, lighting, phone charger. You literally just set your phone right down in there. Which brings us to our TV. So this is a Connex Smart TV. There is a manual on it. Read it. It's cool because you can have TV indoors and radio outdoors.
The maintenance guy involved
down here is
allegedly
the other part,
shook the juvenile.
the outside. Only thing I recommend on your TV is when you arrive at the campsite, Run a digital channel scan so that you can pick up all the local channels. Manuals, tire pressure monitoring system, another remote for the same TV, and again your manual. These recliners are cool. They're a parachute pull. Just pull on that, and that'll help you recline. The table over here will lift up, fold down. It'll set on these rubber pieces. Put your flat cushions on top. Gives you another sleeping quarters. This is where you're prepped for a gateway 5-way Wi-Fi. Scan that code to get information on subscribing to that. And here's our thermostat. Press it in. Press it in again to make your mode flash. Let's go to cool. Our fan on high. These do have a quick dump on the end. Just blast cold air in here. It's great when you first arrive at the campsite. But when you close these, that actually forces more air through these. And remember, you can turn these. You're sitting over there and need more air, point it towards you. Same thing with all these, they all move. Now let's go ahead and click through to our mode. Cycle back to off. The fan to off. You see it shuts off rather quickly. Now let me show you on heat. I'm going to turn the furnace on. There's my return. I can feel not my return, but I can feel it blasting here. So now when I shut the heat off, what you will note is that it takes 2 to 3 minutes for those fans to cycle through before shutting off. Furnace fan just takes a little longer. Let's come back into our bathroom. Arriving at the campsite. Flush this, put several gallons of water into your black tank before you use it. Your black tank will thank you later. You have a hand crank open, 4-speed power exhaust vent here. Headroom there, access to your plumbing under there if you need to. More plumbing to keep an eye on. Again, square-headed screws. Just get in there, feel around. Feel something wet, tighten it up. Feel something's wiggled loose. Just maintain it. You maintain your home. It's your home on wheels. Take care of it. 110 with GFCI reset in here. There's an accent lighting. Our bedroom doors. You want to have them snapped open for travel. And make sure that when you are traveling, you have nothing on here to stop that slide from coming in. Speaking of traveling, down here is where you turn on your inverter. That will invert 12-volt power to 110 for short amounts of time. Note that it is a hard pull on your battery when you use an inverter, so keep that in mind. Read up on inverters and how much power it takes. More lighting here, you can turn on and off from bed. Again, our outdoor steps. Prep for TV here too. There's a background on the wall here. Just take into mind when you put that background that these steps are going to have to come in, so make sure you have room for everything here. Cable 110 for that, or if you go 12 volt. I think I about covered everything in here. Oh, you get another hand crank open area here, no vent to it. Well, it covers everything in here. It's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. I can start at the back and I have my light switch in here. Oh, here it is again. Shut my lights off as I'm working my way forward. Shower door too. You want this door snapped open for travel. Keep that glass from hurting itself. Everything's secure back there. Nothing was in the way of our slide. Come back to my control panel and shut off my interior lights here. Then I see any other accent lighting I need to shut off. Now turn on my interior again and say doors and drawers. Walk through your unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slides from coming in. Everything's secure that can bounce around. Again, doors and drawers are closed. And we'll bring our slides in. Slide number 2. Come in, shut off all of our lights, and exit the unit. Now the biggest thing on these steps, whether bringing them up or down, is to make sure this exterior door is all the way open. Otherwise this will hit it. These are spring adjusted, they help go up pretty much by themselves. Before you leave the dump station, and I say that because you're going to go in there and check the levels of your tanks as you're dumping. Before you leave the dump station, lock, deadbolt, lift and turn that handle. That's how you want that to travel. Alright, if we are out dry camping or at a campsite, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks by hitting retract. Dry camping, get up underneath there and pull that white handle. That's going to dump your freshwater drain. And hook up our hitch and head on home to the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. If we're at a campsite, we'll unhook our power, our water, our cable, bring up our stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump's going to be right in front of your tires. You do have 2 of them, but you're going to have to start up here because you can dump your sewage first. 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up and pull that black handle on the right hand side. Now it sounds like it's no longer draining. Go inside, check the level of your black tank. Shows empty or close to it. Come back out here. Leave that black handle open. Grab the hose at the dump station and hook it up to this tank flush valve. Again, emphasizing leaving that handle open. Turn that hose on, let that run for a good 5 minutes, washing that black tank out. When that's done, remove that hose, make sure all that washout water you put in there has drained. Then close that black and pull the gray. That's going to be cleaner water, your sinks and your showers. Usually when my grays are dumping, I'll get up underneath here, dump them low point drains. When that gray is done, again, cleaner water, sinks and showers. Remove that sewage hose, bring it down here, and this is going to be your kitchen sink here. Hook that one up and dump that one. When that one's done, take that sewage hose and conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Microlite for many years to come. Happy camping.